Wild Rock opened September 10th, 1992, which seems like a long time ago now. And we were really young at the time. I mean, Scott and I were both, we'd envisioned the store when we were 22. We had it open when we were 24. And we put so much effort into building our fixtures and building this concept. And then the day that we opened the doors, it's like the rules changed. Everything that we'd learned to do changed when we actually had a business to run as opposed to a business to build.
Yeah, there's two huge things there. There's the planning in the background and, the building of the fixtures in my mom's garage and the transporting on top of the roof of a Toyota Tercel from Ottawa to Peterborough, like the counters and things like that. And then as Kieran said, it was a big shock when we were like, okay, turn the lights on, open the door. Now we play storekeeper. The early days of Wild Rock, we were a tiny store. We were 2 people trying to run a store 6 days a week at that point. And Kieran and I knew something good was happening, even though people came in and said, oh, this is a great store you have. Too bad you're going to go out of business. But then they would buy something, which we really appreciated. But then Kieran and I were scratching our heads trying to go, this is going well, but how do we ever get a day off? Or how do we, so we probably need one of those things called, what are they called? They're called
employees. Yeah, and that was an interesting time because we had to, we need to find and hire fairly quickly some people, but we were so new to the community that we didn't know people, and we had to sort of navigate our way through that. And in the end, we captured a couple of really fantastic students from Trent that became friends and sort of our social mentors in town, and the people that allowed us to take days off and take holidays and start to actually live a life beyond just getting this place started.
My name's Jonathan Moreno. I am part owner of Wild Rock Outfitters. I'm the camping and paddling department manager as well. I've been at Wild Rock for 28 years. I knew Scott and Kieran in Ottawa. We worked together in Ottawa, and just so happened that one summer Kieran came to Ottawa and asked me if I was willing to come down to Peterborough to help out at Wild Rock Outfitters. And I said, sure, I'll give that a try. I was initially just going to give it about 5 years, but that's turned into something else. We were just, 4 people, like it was Scott, Kieran, myself, and maybe 1 or 2 other part-time people working. We would see each other every day. It meant that on our days off, we could go out and play together as well, go rock climbing, whatever it is we were going to do that weekend. So it was really comfortable. It was really great. And it's, again, a small store. I mean, if you can imagine, this is 8,000 square feet. We worked in a store that was 1,800 square feet. So, we're bumping into each other. We had our rentals downstairs in the basement. You had to carry them up the stairs, out the door and the back door to get them outside. So it was very close quarters, but also very comfortable as well.
I think your first business is like your first girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like you're all in.
Yeah.
And it's easy to go to work. You're so driven by it. If you need to stay 2 hours late, it just doesn't matter because the small business is your priority at that point. But when you open the store and you finally do it and you make the big decisions, you get the loans, the money is on the line, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
Because there are no rules. There is no downloadable PDF to tell you how to do it. And you don't know whether it's going to work. You're hoping it does, but you don't know. So we could have been 25 and up to our eyeballs in debt and failed.
Yeah. And I think that's partly that awareness of, like, we were always conscious of the fact that this might not work. I think it was probably 5 years before we were actually fully, completely confident. And there's still a risk every day in a small business, right? But yeah. it was pretty terrifying, but it was all consuming. Like Scott said, there was nothing else we were doing, and because we just moved here, we had nothing to do but work and play when we had the opportunity to play outside. And so we did both with reckless abandon, and it consumed our lives completely for a period of time. And it was a joy, but kind of a scary one at the same time.
For me, the last 28 years that I've worked here, I'm not going to say it's just the beginning, because it certainly isn't just the beginning, but it certainly has been a big part of my life, and something that I look forward to working with in the future. In fact, I've already told folks that I'm not going anywhere. I think after I retire, I'm hoping to stay on a couple of days a week and just enjoy that social aspect of Wild Rock as well, and maybe have some fewer responsibilities and just enjoy the ride of selling product to folks and hearing stories.
A huge thank you to the Peterborough community, all of the people who have helped support us over the last 30 years. Clearly we couldn't have done it without you, but there's so many different levels. We have customers who have been at our side and helped us through things. We have great advice from customers who've become mentors, and then we have many business relationships, whether it's, with bank managers who still keep in contact 20 years later.
Yeah.
It's a pretty amazing community that we've surrounded ourselves with, and they have been a huge help over the last 30 years, because we were pretty innocent 24-year-old young men who started out on this journey, and we needed help.
Yeah. And I think it's fair to say, we made a call when we decided to move to Peterborough, one that we were very uncertain about, but we would be nothing, and this business would be nothing without every single one of you out there. So thank you so much.